Ndị be anyị ndewonu. Ọ bụ Ada Igbo na-ekwu na Igbo Media. N'Igbo Media, anyị na-ewetara unu ọtụtụ ozi gbasara ihe na-emegasị na Biafra Land, n'ala Igbo na mba ndị ọzọ. N'ụbọchị nke taata, o nwere ihe bịara n'iru akwụkwọ anyị nke anyị ga-agụpụtara unu n'ụbọchị taa. Anyị gụpụtachaa ya, unu egee ya ka ọha n'uju. Ị ga-esie ya, ị drọpụọla your comment, like kwa this our video and gbasakwa ya ka o ruo ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ. Ozi anyị wetara unu tata si n'aka otu nwanne anyị nwoke, a Biafra activist. Dịka o si wetara ya ozi ya n'iru akwụkwọ, ọ dere sị: Breaking news: Northern Nigeria in panic. Finally, USA, Israel, UK set to divide Nigeria as global powers take bold step against Tinubu's government. Ya bụ ozi ka anyị ji bịa tata na Igbo Media. Ị ga-esi ya bụ ozi, gbaa mbọ gwa ya iche ma mekwa ka ozi alụta ụmụnna anyị n'ebe dị iche iche aka. Ngwa gere ya ka ọha n'uju.
On the special watch list, and then we made him a country of particular concern because this was going on. It's continued to take place, only it's growing. You've got more terrorist groups in the area. You've got more weaponry coming in. You've got more Christians being killed, and it's spreading throughout the region. You could have a caliphate, an Islamic radical caliphate, throughout the middle of Africa that would have 500 million people if you don't get on top of this. And yet, like you say, nobody even knows it's going on.
Breaking: protest in Britain against Muslim domination. The indigenous people of British needs their country back from the Muslim domination. It is impossible. We Biafrans wish British people back all the evils and terrorism they are sponsoring in Biafra land. You can't eat your cake and have it back. British government are sponsoring terrorism all over the world because of their safe interest. You must reap what you sowed. All the evils, killing and terrorism British people are sponsoring in Biafra land must be British people portion. Amen and amen. Motsi Nnamdi Akwukanu is a British citizen, but British and Nigeria state collude to kidnap him unlawfully from Kenya, and they locked him up in DSS dungeon till today. For nothing except he want to stop the colonization of the Biafra territory by British and Nigeria state, where British and Nigeria state milk the oil, the mineral resources of Biafrans, ship it to Britain, and British government use it to better the life of their people. They build the best hospitals for their people, the best railways, the best roads, and the best internet services for themselves, while the Biafran people, where that mineral resources is coming from, are languishing in abject poverty, without any standard hospital, no healthcare system, no internet service, no international airport, no seaport, not even good roads, nothing at all, nothing. British people, British government cannot escape from the evil they import for themselves. Listen, here is important. British people can escape from this only when they stop sponsoring terrorism in Biafra land and remove their dirty hands from anything concerned Biafra. That's only how British people will be free.
If you believe that those that are in power in Nigeria today would ever contemplate the possibility of giving power to an Igbo man in 2023 or thereafter, then you still haven't fully understood the challenge and the problem that we have in this country today.
Biafra must come and Biafra must stand, whether they like it or not. Biafra must Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Simon Ekpa must be free. Sisi Musa is no longer pointing finger or pursuing the Fulanis that have been causing insecurity in Nigeria. He is busy pursuing Simon Ekpa. Ever since Simon Ekpa has been in the custody of the Finnish government, has Nigeria ever get peace, even up to today?
The United States of America and even Israel has never called Nigeria as a nation or called Nigeria a nation state or a nation country. Is because of the division that has been existing between the tribal lines. And there is this video I have been searching for, and I finally laid my hand on it. The video is not what you see everywhere. It's not circulating everywhere online. I know where I went to fetch out this video for you, so you can know the truth about the hatred about some particular tribe in Nigeria. That if you want to move forward, you must not associate yourself with them. You must not allow the Igbos to rule as the head of Nigeria. Now I'm beginning to understand what is existing, what they have not been telling us, the histories. They have, changed the mentality of integration or living together or coexisting as a nation. Yes, the division is so wide that even other countries, they see it more than we even see it. Because when you say a country is a state or a nation, they have common objective, they have common language, and they have common goal. And the goal that we talk about here in Nigeria is to make sure one part of this country is marginalized. One part of this country never right. They never want them to see the light of the day. But don't forget that even when they wage war against them, they were quite demystified. They were conquered. About 30 million people were killed from this tribe. But they managed, they survived. And today, they are flying. They are doing well. Wherever they go, they make sure they make best out of whatever they lay their hand off. And now we are still hating on them, and nobody has ever told us the exact problem that they have. But it takes other countries to tell us what is actually existing among us. What is that is existing among us that we don't know? You are going to hear it from this video that I'm going to play for you today. Thank God this video is not from the foreigners, it's not from Igbo man, is from a Yoruba elder, a Yoruba man that that his face is very conspicuous, and thank God they are spilling out the truth, and we are beginning to know the truth about them. And if all these things that you have laid down is actually the truth, why not allow these people to go their own separate way? Let everybody go their own way so that we can chase a common goal. They can chase their own common goal, because when you measure America, they know what they are chasing. They want to become number one in everything that they do. Now, when you measure the nation Nigeria, what are we chasing? The only thing I know that we are chasing now is how to eradicate the insecurity in the land. And it's increasing. The more we chase how to eradicate this, the more the insecurity is increasing. Please listen to this video. You will understand better what I am talking about.
So, do you want me to be honest or just speak, political correctness here? But I choose to be honest with you. I choose to be honest with you. And for me to be honest with you, I have to go back a little bit. But let me start with the situation that we're facing in this country today. If you believe that those that are in power in Nigeria today would ever contemplate the possibility of giving power to an Igbo man in 2023 or thereafter, then you still haven't fully understood the challenge and the problem that we have in this country today. You need to understand that the mindset of some of these people, not all, some, but those that Buhari represents, that is his own clique within the Fulani ruling class, not all Fulanis, but his own clique, who are in power today. Their mindset is that the most dangerous people in this country and the people that they must suppress more than any other are the people of the Southeast. And you need to understand that before the Civil War, and I need to go back in history because that's a damn good question and it deserves a clear answer, a thorough answer. Let's go back a little bit. Before the Civil War, these same people, he, for example, was active then. And you need to remember the role that they played on the night of July 29th, 1966, when the Northern Officers counter coup took place. and 300 Igbo officers were killed in one night, including an Igbo head of state. He was involved, and many of them that are running this country in that cabal today were involved or supported it. They said it was to pay back for what had happened in January 15th, 1966. Now, after that, what happened? The same people unleashed their people on Igbo civilians in the northern part of this country, and the figure that is often cited is 30,000 were killed. It's not true. Closer to 100,000. Not only were they killed, people, women had their stomachs cut open, and little babies were pulled out and their heads were dashed against the wall. That is what they did then in 1966, before the Civil War. And the Igbos were slaughtered like flies all over the north by these same people. They went rushing back to the east, where they believed they were safe. And the position was this: the leader of the core northern Muslims within the army, Murtala Muhammad, urged Gawan, who was head of state, to march on the east immediately and wipe out the Igbos. Gawan, to his credit, refused to do that and said, no, let's negotiate. And the negotiation started. They broke down, then there was a civil war. In that civil war, 3 million Igbos were killed by federal forces. They were killed by all of us. I'm from the Southwest. I take responsibility for that, as every other Nigerian ought to. Civilians, not soldiers. 3 million, including 1 million children, subjected to genocide, subjected to mass murder, subjected to ethnic cleansing by us. The war ended. We did not apologize. Instead, what did we do? What did we do? We took all their property in the name of abandoned property. We gave them £20, even if they had $1 million in the bank. And we said, come back, no victor, no vanquished. Biggest lie from the pit of hell. There was a victor and there was a vanquished. And we all know who was who. They came back into Nigeria and we reintegrated them. But even with all the reintegration, no Igbo man could be trusted to be General Officer Commanding GOC until Obasanjo came to power in 1999. Igbos were not allowed to rise up within the military or in any power configuration in the country. It was something that was understood, that you never put an Igbo man in a position of real power. You can give him appointments, but you don't put him in a position of real power. Okay. Obasanjo came, made General Obiaku, I think his name was, GOC. And then from there, Jonathan came, he appointed an Igbo Chief of Army Staff. Okay? Yes. My wife is reminding me of the name, Ehejireka. You know, he appointed an Igbo Chief of Army Staff. Okay? And we thought things would go on that way. There would be a reintegration of the Igbos. And Obasanjo integrated many Igbos. People like Obi Ezekezi, Andy Uba, so many came in and playing key roles, key positions. We thought things would get better. And unfortunately for us, though, in 2015, everything changed because Nigerians elected, in quotation marks, a man that had, again, I say it again, a different worldview and went back to the pre-1966 disposition and mentality of things. And that position was that Igbos cannot be trusted. Igbos have no rights. Igbos are members of the, he called them 5%, I believe, that didn't vote for him. And his mindset was he will teach Igbos the lesson of their lives. And he has done precisely that. If the killings had stopped then, I would have said, okay, fine. Everything we said is history. But sadly, it didn't stop. Igbo youths, IPOB youths, Igbo nationalists have been killed under this government. More have been killed than at any other time during this, apart from during the Civil War, under this government. Igbos have been hopelessly marginalized by the government. Igbos have been treated with contempt by this government. Not just Igbos, Southerners, Christians, and Middle Belters. They've added that one as well. And that's what's going on. And what the Igbos was subjected to by all of us in 1966 is what we are all being subjected to now by those that are around Buhari. Now, going to your question, Given all that, before I come to that, let me just add this. IPOB says they want to have a referendum. They want the right to self-determine. And you label them as terrorists when none of them has ever carried a gun, as far as I'm aware. I was in prison with Nnamdi Kanu. I had extensive discussions with him. I got to know him. I understood his mindset, and I could feel his pain for his people. Yet they say they want to have a referendum. You say they're terrorists. Meanwhile, those that are butchering our people every day in the name of ethnic domination and hegemony, in the name of furthering the ambitions and the aspirations of Usman Dan Fodio and Samadu Bello and Buhari himself, the three Mahdis, you don't call them terrorists. You pat them on the back, you refuse to arrest any of them. And you say what they're doing is okay. You encourage them. Okay? And the same you, free Boko Haram terrorists, the same you once said that you want to apply Sharia all over the country. The same you said Muslims should only vote for Muslims. The same you says an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the North. The same you has said so many things which implicitly are online and on all four.
Daalụ nne maka isonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taata. Ọ bụrụ na ozi anyị wetara gị dị gị mma, gbaa mbọ gbasaa ya ka o rute ụmụnne anyị n'ebe dị iche iche arụ, ma gwakwa anyị ichere na comment section. Ngwa ka ọ dị.